Welcome to another episode of You,
Me,
and the Flea, your favorite podcast.
Obviously. Who else do you really want to listen to on a Thursday?
I know, seriously.
I mean,
like, what else are you doing?
Right. There's nothing else you want to do. But
and if you just stumbled upon this,
welcome.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, and welcome to the page.
We are about to blow your mind for the next 30 minutes.
We are making flea market sexy again,
That's
ladies
right,
and gentlemen.
That's right. We're happy you're here.
We are.
So we always talk about Thursday, but really, truly, my favorite day of the week is Saturday. One of them.
Yeah, because I think it is one of mine as well, or if
Really?
not my fave. Yeah, because you don't work typically, and the next day is also off. So
Right.
like you can literally go as crazy as you want Saturday or as chill
Right.
as you want, and you got Sunday. Friday, like going out on Friday was always hard for me because I was so tired from the week.
Right, but then also it's like a relief, and you have sometimes like if you had a really good week, you have like adrenaline.
Yeah,
and that Friday is
You're
like a bomb.
Oh, the bomb.
Yes,
and then
whether
Saturday
it's like
comes,
dinner with friends, like whatever, you're
Yep.
just feeling yourself.
Yep.
Saturdays I love, but also they're like the busiest. I feel like that's when all the birthday parties are. That's
Showers,
when, like, yeah,
weddings,
exactly.
yep.
Wedding, like sometimes your Saturday can be totally shot, which is fine.
Yeah,
like, no one-
absolutely.
but yeah, anyways, it is. I'm like, I have 3 favorite days of the week: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But
I would say
yeah.
I like love a Wednesday. Is that weird?
No.
I just feel like after Wednesday, I'm like, okay, like we only have 2 more days and it's the weekend.
Exactly,
You know, and
yeah.
it kind of makes like, I don't know, by then it's like, okay, Thursdays don't really suck, obviously, because you get to hear us.
Right.
And then the next day is Friday.
Right,
You know, so I'm
yeah.
like, I love a good Wednesday.
Yeah, no. And you have like a good pace going for the week. Like you can kind of guide your week from there because
Yep.
it's like, okay, I have this to do still, or like I finished this. This is here we're at. Like it's like a nice guiding point for like the rest of the work week at least. Yeah, no, I hear you. But we're going to stick with Saturday today, and we're going to talk about an important one that's coming up in a couple weeks, next week actually. So Small Business Saturday.
We love Small Business Saturday.
Yes. We love small businesses and we love Saturday. So
Yeah,
we're
so it's
dedicating
like-
this episode to both.
Small Business Saturday.
Yes,
Love
exactly. Which we've heard the buzzword, right? Like, and so we're going to go into this a little bit more deeper. And it's so interesting how this whole thing started. Do you even know?
No, I don't.
Okay. So first of all, this year it's November 25th, 2023. So next week. Small Business Saturday is now an annual event, and really it was created to encourage small business development, right?
Yeah.
Like, and the reason why
Support small, shop small.
yes, exactly. Okay, the term shop small came from that.
Yeah.
Came from this, which
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did know that. I know it came
Oh,
from Small
okay.
Business Saturday only because when I worked at a salon back in Michigan, that was like our marketing promotional thing to say. Shop
that's
small,
cool.
shop small.
Yeah.
Make sure you come in, shop small. That's why I know that.
I love that so much. So as we know, SwapORama is a house to
Multiple
thousands.
small businesses, yeah.
Across all 4 locations, including Florida. It's like there's thousands of small businesses, whether it's just for the day, it's a small business, right? Like if you're just, doing a garage sale type of sale, or if you are an active person, or if you have a business and then Swap is your second little, remote location.
Yeah, like
right?
a pop-up.
Exactly. Like regardless, these are all people that you're directly affecting, right? Nothing is really big box. We might have some representative from big box stores. I will say that. But for the most part, you're supporting someone directly and their family, which I love. And as we know, is like one of the most passionate parts about what we do here.
It is.
Okay, so Rachel has some cue cards that will kind of guide our conversation today. So what do we have first that we're talking about?
Okay, so first is history and origins.
Okay, so we kind of touched on it. It actually started in 2010, so it's fairly new.
Okay, so over a decade now, though.
Oh, yeah, over a decade now. I mentioned American Express started it, and what happened was like they were looking at transaction sales, and they're like, it's so weird that there's so much emphasis after Thanksgiving on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but like Saturday and Sunday is like losing
Nothing.
traction.
Yeah.
Yes, number one, like what's going on here, you know, because Black Friday is Black Friday and Monday is Monday.
Yeah.
How can we drive traffic? And then another thing that they were seeing that they wanted to support was small businesses. So they're like, well, let's create a day to drive traffic to these small people, because how unfair is it that like
everybody else is getting
Walmart's
like the
having
attention.
this big, exactly.
And now
so,
too, people are shopping like before Thanksgiving, like the night of.
It's crazy. You're hustling for all this stuff, and like honestly, you could go to the flea and get it for the same prices.
Absolutely.
Like, but whatever. You guys want to miss out on your turkey. So anyways, back to this. Yeah. So as we mentioned, the term shop small came from it, and that's kind of like the brief history and origins of that.
Okay. So American Express.
I'm here for it. American Express,
Love
right?
that.
We love that.
We do.
All right. What's the next one?
Next one is going to be the importance of supporting small.
Okay. So the importance of supporting small, obviously for economic and social benefits, right? And going back to American Express, they put out a stat and said in 2021, $20 billion was spent on independent retailers and restaurants.
That's amazing.
So good. We love to hear that.
Love that.
Yeah. You know, and I'm just like, oh, yes. Like,
finally, it's like shifting a bit.
And it is.
I feel like especially in the last couple of years.
Dude.
Like I'm excited to see what is going to be. I'm going to be in Michigan that day. Mm-hmm. So, you know, so will be interesting what South Lyon has to offer.
All the South Lyon goodies.
South Lyon Swamp.
No, yeah. I mean, I think that is such an awesome like economic benefit to hear, because there was a time period, especially during COVID. So this was 2021 stat. 2020, like a lot of those places had to close. They couldn't afford their rents, or they couldn't stay or whatever. And like, or you did, but you had to take a cut and like get creative with like how you were marketing and doing your stuff. And it's a challenge.
It is.
But also obviously like small businesses, the importance too is they contribute to like a community. Like they create jobs and like, you know, provide like unique products and sales. I know where I'm from, we have like a little downtown, if you will.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. And it's like all of those are like small little shops.
Same.
And it's so cute because it's like,
So
you know,
cute.
the local like PTA mom, for example, is like the owner. And so she like hires like the dancer, you know, or like
and
whatever.
Like the little weekend job.
Yeah. And like there's like a camaraderie around it. And then everyone participates in like the parades and like all this stuff. And it's just nice. Like it's again directly impacting his or her family. Absolutely. And then they get to give back in a way. So super important, I think. Invaluable.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do we have?
Consumer participation.
Okay. Consumer participation. So diving into this one a little bit, just talking about how we can get customers involved to shop local and actually show their support. I know that Small Business Saturday too, what I read on was like the UK and Canada actually does this now too.
Really?
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
So yeah, like what do you think consumer participation looks like for small businesses? Like, do you think it's grown?
I feel like a lot more people are
I agree.
Starting to participate in it.
I think too, like I honestly, like I feel like influencers have had such a huge push towards like consumer like consumption of all this stuff. I was gonna say,
absolutely.
Because what an easy way for a small business to like be like, hey, I make, you know, baby socks, like try my baby socks, and if you like them, like talk about it. I'm seeing so many people with like, you know, millions of followers at this point online, and they're promoting this like little lady in Wisconsin socks.
I actually can back something up on that. Alex, you know, just had a baby.
Yeah.
She has bought like cute personalized stuff from Etsy, which is also a small business that has an online shop.
The online swap.
Yeah, literally. And it's some of the stuff is so cute, so unique. And I'm like, okay, that is why I think we're kind of shifting into more people buying and supporting small businesses, because they're more like unique, personalized things, which I like.
No, of course. Yeah, I mean, and especially too, like, how many times have you had like a vision where you're like, oh my gosh, a shirt that's like this green that says, with like an emblem on it or something would be so pretty, and like, you Google it and where does it come up? Like Etsy, you know,
Always.
or something like that. Like someone's already also thought of that, but maybe Nike didn't or something. So it's like, yeah, it really is nice. And then you know that you're going to get
some of, I was going to say some of my jewelry is from Etsy.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I've always been an Etsy girly.
Really?
Yeah. You can find so much cool stuff like birthday presents. It's a good place to look.
Yeah.
For sure.
I haven't bought much. Like it's been usually custom stuff that I've gotten. Yeah. Like garters and stuff for like bachelorette party. Yeah. Like cute stuff like that. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but
jewelry for me.
Yeah. No, and jewelry's a good one.
Multiple jewelry, like initial stuff. Those like cool, you know, bracelets and things. I've definitely gotten my friends from Etsy.
And the cool thing about that too is like most of those are like to order.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you like
customize.
Exactly. Yeah. Can truly like be like, I want this color, that size, like whatever. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right. What else do we have?
Next is online and social media.
Okay. So this kind of works with what we were just talking about, right? So talking about like how important it is for these businesses to do that, right? Because obviously it's not like big companies like Adidas or something where they have actual marketing campaigns and they're putting up and then to go with that, it's like there's a billboard, there's a commercial, there's an audio commercial, and then they're giving all their stuff to like, you know, they're having an event or something like, right? Like that's how a lot of these people are doing that. And that's hundreds of thousands of dollars being in the business. Like I know how costly that stuff is. So if we're looking at like a small shop, whether it's a booth at Swap or somewhere else, right? Like what? Like you can't do that. That you would literally be under. Like you're fighting for scraps. And so what way to like advertise yourself?
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Because you can literally do whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
Whether it's like showing like a product of the day, goofy videos around your boutique or shop, like you have the ability to kind of control all of the marketing.
Totally. And I know you have, you know, your small business too. Like, wouldn't you agree that like you at least have to have one channel nowadays? Like, I would, a lot of places just have a Facebook. I would say you need to get into something else too. Yeah. TikTok. Or TikTok or something, whatever. And honestly, at this point, I think we've seen every type of business, clothing, automotive parts, like get creative with what you're putting out there. But I don't think it's enough to just be on like one platform, right? Like even if you could put together a website or something, wouldn't you agree?
Agreed.
Like you have to
do something to promote yourself. If you want that like credibility, I feel like in a way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
as I work on mine right now.
Yeah, I love that. No, and also too, like if we're talking to some swap vendors here, you know, we on our platforms do that. We promote kind of the market as a whole. And so sometimes we'll most of the time we do like individual, we might do like a theme, right? So like we'll do like kitchen items and we'll do like, you know, a little
cozy women's cozy sets under $30
exactly
that
like
mimic
we'll do
Skims
like
or
that.
like, you know, your favorite brands right now. There's so many different things that we do on our current like social media channels for Swap. You know, one of the other things I would say would be like vendor highlights where we specifically just do a reel or content on a specific vendor. Right.
And so what I was going to say to that is like, you know, Swap and the vendors have this opportunity where they're able to we're already creating content. So like take the content. If your stuff is in there that we're doing, share it on your page, you know, reshare it, like tag yourself, let's like, you know, help each other in a way, right? Like,
because honestly, Kristina, let me just ask you, I know my answer. You want to buy something, okay? Whether it is, I don't know, a new clothing item, new makeup, something for your house, whatever. Where's the first place you're looking?
online.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what? Are you going on Google? Are you going on the company's website? Are you going on an Instagram page? What are you doing?
I will tell you exactly. It happened to me this morning. I was scrolling through Instagram. I came across Jaclyn Hill. Mm-hmm. She was advertising. Literally, she bought an entire line of fragrances, and I clicked the link and bought it immediately.
What was it?
I'll tell you later, but it was just like this like new line, and she was like testing them in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And this one, she like fainted, and then it was so good. She did like 2 slides of it. I immediately clicked it, and without question, like $25, and I bought it. Like, that is just how people shop. I'm sorry.
It is. So and I feel like everyone kind of like has to be active, because
even if you're not like a consumer like me, where it's like, I'm a direct, like, I need this, you know, like it's not healthy, everybody, but like, you know, it stays in your mind. So the next time when you're like,
I need a new fragrance.
I'm like, oh my gosh, let me go back to Jaclyn Hill's stuff and let me find it, right? Yep. Like, that's kind of the reference point.
If we went through my saved right now, it's like, do I need these bags, jeans, earrings? You do.
Another small business I will shout out is Kiz Chicago. Well, it was Kiz Chicago, but I think she's going by Kiz now. And
I bought from her as well.
I'm just like there's literally something in my cart right now that I'm like waiting to like pull the trigger on.
Yep.
So it's just one of those things where, I don't know, it's like maybe you're waiting for the payday or whatever it is. But my point is, you have to be on that social media channel. You have to like either post it yourself or take a photo of it. And it can't just be one and done. Like, it needs to be a reminder.
Like, as someone who has their own social media company, it is literally all about consistency, and it's just about starting.
Right. And that's the thing too with social media. Like, you just never know what's going to hit.
Exactly. And I will say too, when you're just starting off on social media, don't think about the niche. Don't think about that. Just start making videos that you enjoy watching. Okay, so if you're watching videos that are super informative, start making those videos. You will see your niche will happen over time. Yeah. You know, too many people like, who am I going to target to? Who's this? Don't think about it that way. Oh yeah, just start.
There's a vendor on our TikTok, and literally her booth is the same every single week. It's like nuts and like the flavored like tahini stuff and like all this stuff, right? So it's so funny because it's just the same stuff every single week, but every single week it's out there. You know what I mean? Like, you're almost waiting for her to like announce that she's there. Yep. And it's like, you know, she's going to be there. You know, it's the same setup. You know, there's nothing new, but it's like, she's become, in my mind, a staple. Yeah. Maria. She's at Ashland Avenue.
Perfect.
So anyways, I can't like stress that enough, especially as a marketer. Like, a small business needs to do their best. And even if it's just, again, whatever, like, I know a lot of small businesses only have a Facebook because they can't afford a website or something like that, but be consistent on it and do the best that you can with what you have. Like, especially a lot of these people are a one-man show. So I get it. It's a lot of work on top of what you're doing, right? If you own a salon, or if you're an esthetician, like, it's hard to do all of that and balance that and then be funny on TikTok. Like, that's the last thing on your mind, you know? Like, so, but hang in there.
Hang in there.
We're all with you. Okay,
and
what's
if you
next?
need any help, holler.
I know a small business you can turn to.
Okay, next is going to be sustainability and ethical shopping.
Okay. Sustainability and ethical shopping. Obviously, what does this mean? Yeah, so we have to address like the growing interest of it all, right? Like, and what's interesting is like small businesses are able to do things differently, right? As we know. So this isn't like Walmart and Target and stuff. If you're a small business, whatever you are, an auto part store or whatever, as we've named, you're able to like maybe source locally. Okay. So, again, if you're like a lotion person and you are like specializing in like aloe, maybe you can get the aloe from a local person and like kind of cross source. Sure. You reduce waste in a lot of ways. Like, you know, maybe your packaging is different. You don't have to do all the plastic, like crap or whatever.
So that is one thing I will say that I really do love about small businesses.
Right.
The packaging is always so good.
I know. And
it's like a PR box you
and
get.
And they throw in like a little card and it's just like gets you.
It's like, it's like a personal, I love it. It's like a personal touch every time.
There's also like different craftsmanship, right? Like as you mentioned with like jewelry and stuff, it's like when you see some of these rings and whatever, it's like, dude, this is insane. Like the quality is wild. It's like this person actually
made this,
knows what they're doing,
correct,
right? Like how to weld or whatever skill that they have.
Correct.
Obviously they're doing all their sustainable practices within their business. They're keeping stuff clean, like, you know, and a lot of people are moving towards like more green things, which you can do that on a smaller scale. You know, some of these bigger box places can't do that.
Correct.
Obviously community engagement where they actually have the capacity to directly like talk to a local mayor or something like that. That's always helpful. They're a little bit more transparent, I think, right? So like I'm thinking of like a small business. If they need to close, they can close for the day if there's like a family emergency or whatever. And they can honestly be upfront with you. Like if Target did that and we're like, why is Target closed? Like that would be an uproar.
It would. Everyone would be freaking out.
Totally. And then, just obviously, as we've mentioned, like, I think one thing too, that I love is that we were just touching on was the personalized customer service, the little things, the notes, the actually like talking to you about what you're looking for, maybe, you know,
it's the experience.
100%.
It's the experience.
Like I could go into a boutique, for example, and be like, oh my gosh, I love everything here. I wish there was my size, right? Because maybe it's my shoe size or like my clothing size. And they're like, oh, like we didn't even think about that or something. And so like you're helping them. Yeah. They're helping me. Like, I don't know. It's just nice. Whereas like there's some stores where what am I going to do? Like go tell the girl that's ringing me out, she could care less at like a big store. But as a small owner, you can say that. And even with food, like how many times have you gone to a restaurant and been like, oh, like you should put this on the menu or try this, or like I love this, but it would be better with like a cream sauce. And then the next time you go in, it's like, oh, okay, we got the cream sauce on here. You know, like you're just able to do all of that. So anyways, it's a little bit more of an ethical buy, which I love. And I think that people support all of this.
I do.
You know,
I do too.
So, and two, like going back to like packaging as well. It's so funny because like at some of these places, it's like they are using like brown bags with like a stamp. And that's obviously like way more sustainable than plastic and plastic and brown bag.
That's the first thing I think of with their cute little ribbon, their little
tissue
paper. Oh, it's adorable.
I'm like, did I buy a present?
I'm like, do I need to go buy something right now? Shout out to Lost Girls Vintage. There's multiple locations in Chicago. I'm obsessed. Like if you want accessories that are nothing anybody has, you literally need to go there.
Nice.
That's all I'm saying.
What's next?
Next is going to be promotions and discounts.
Okay. So this is kind of obvious. Like when you're a smaller scale business, like obviously you can do more promotions. My favorites are when they do like, it's my son's birthday, so 20% off everything.
I know.
Or like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's National Zit Day, so we're doing 10% off. Or whatever. Well, like, I know. $10 off your service. You know, like people can actually customize like sales and promos and stuff.
Love that.
Me too. I love it.
It's the third Thursday of the month.
Hey, today sucks. 50% off.
Yep. People, I see it all the time.
No joke.
You'll see their Instagram. Hey, decided to do a flash sale.
Yeah, I love it so much. Or like when like the Cubs win, they're like everything blue is 50% off or something. Like, I really truly like people have gotten really creative with all that. But
they have.
Again, like shopping small, you're able to do that.
You have a lot more flexibility.
Even with Swap, how many times do we talk about it where it's like, hey, like I'm buying all these things. Okay, well, I'll get, if you're buying all this, it's $12. But like if I was buying it individually.
Oh my God. It happens all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
It just happened to us. Like the last time we went and I was almost like, really?
Every time. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How do you find the best deals usually? Like what's your way of like finding something?
I mean, I do like online shopping, but honestly, I'm like big at like going to stores and like looking. Yeah, I feel like now, I just talked about this with somebody. I just feel like it's kind of transitioning to that, especially when you like have something exactly that you're looking for. You know what I mean? So like me, I'm a big, like, I love taking my walks. I'll take a walk and I'll just window shop. And then I'm like, okay, I remember when I actually need something, like, oh, this was there, this is there. So I kind of like, I don't, it's not research, but I kind of know beforehand.
Yeah. Okay.
You know? What about you?
That's so funny. Visiting local storefronts was like, like one of the top ways to like find deals. That's interesting.
Weird. I tell you guys, I do know a few things about a bargain.
Okay, I'm like that, but I'm like, I can't shop in person very often because I am a sucker.
Really?
Just as bad as I am like online with
I'm worse online.
With like buy, like no question. Like and like, you know, obviously my info is like
there. It's so easy now. Do you want to use card ending
but
in?
I'm just like way worse in person though. Like obviously I can't go to like a Target. That's a whole thing. But like if I was to go window shopping, for example, and let's say I liked something, but I wasn't like in love with it. But then I was like at the store for like a while and like I really liked the person working there and we were like chatting like I feel obligated to buy things sometimes. So like I can't shop in person. Like it's just a me thing. Like I'm an emotional shopper, it sounds like, right?
That's what they call it. Yeah.
So anyways, so that's just kind of like, but I do like love to window shop and even like online too. Like for example, I will always like right now, if I tell you there's like 5 things I want to buy, they're all in my cart and they're all just kind of waiting for either I'm waiting for like a promo code or I'm waiting for like a sale. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Old Navy will do that too, where it's like every week there's like something different. So it'll be like, oh, this week like activewear is on sale. Yeah. And then the next week it's like sweaters. So I'm like, okay, I got to wait for the jeans. Yes.
No.
So I'll just keep these in my cart until the jean sale. Yeah. You know, like I don't know, stuff like that. That's just an example. But yeah. We love a good sale and promotion.
I have a lot of stuff in a cart too. And then, you know, it goes to save for later, back up to the cart, back to do I need this? Exactly. Do I really need it? I feel like I have something similar.
And then the summer's going to be here before we know it. And then I'm like, I didn't even need that freaking coat that I was eyeing all winter long.
That I decided to buy in February.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool.
Spring is around the corner.
Cool. All right, what's next?
Next is challenges.
Okay, so this is probably a big one. And if you're a small business owner, I'm sure you're probably like, you have a CVS receipt of like all your challenges. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So like touching on a few, I guess, and it's so interesting when I was doing this yesterday and I'm like, what challenges do these people have? Like you just open up shop and do your thing. Like, no, dude.
No.
Hiring, obviously that's always a thing. Regulatory compliance, like that's the other thing too. Like I feel like sometimes people don't realize like when they want to start a business, like, okay, there's a lot of legal things I need to do. There's a license I need to get. There's, you know, paperwork. There's you need a
fees all year long. Fees all year long.
Yes. I want to paint. I need to have a permit, like whatever it is, like it never ends. And especially if you're a newbie, like that can really like put you to the side.
Also, if you're a one-man show, I have no one right now that I can call and be like, hey, can you help me with this? Blah, 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 blah. Right. It's literally me. Right. So if something comes up or like I need to be in 2 places at one time, I can't.
Right. You know? No, yeah. I get it.
So definitely could see the challenges of a small business.
Of course.
Hiring would be a
technology.
Big one. Yep.
If you're not a technology-based company, that could be a thing. Like cash flow, business planning.
Who's cleaning the whole shop?
Yes. Marketing and visibility, competition.
How are you going to put yourself aside from other people that are doing the same thing?
Seriously.
Or a big company who's doing it?
Seriously. How about right outside of your place? Right now, it's literally like Mexican restaurant, Italian. And I'm like, how do all of these people
are so close.
But you have to do your thing. And like you're saying, you have to stay consistent to your brand and who you are.
Yep.
And just do what you do. Yep. And then it'll stick, right? Like, it's just, I don't know. So anyways.
Oh, no. Sometimes... Yeah, we're located. All the restaurants are all small businesses.
100%. Yeah.
There will be times where I'm like, rock, paper, scissors. Which one do we go to? Where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah.
And because like literally, like you just said, there's 3 Mexican restaurants, but that one is cash only, but they have amazing enchiladas. But this one, it's a thing.
Yeah. No, for sure. And then obviously healthcare, market research, economic like downfalls,
insurance,
like time management, intellectual property. These are just to name a few. Yeah. And again, like I have a company that I work for that we're able to either outsource things, or I can ask like, you know, our finance guy, like my finance questions or whatever that looks like. So yeah, my hack tips for all the small businesses that have to deal with that on their own. Mm-hmm. What else do we have?
Success stories.
So obviously these are my favorite. The best are the swap ones that I hear that are like, we put our kid through college. I paid off my debt.
I paid off my debt. I bought a house. I bought my daughter's first car.
Yep.
I love it.
I know.
I literally
so
love
happy.
it. Like now, you know, working with Swap for over a year, walking around the market, I can't tell you how many people I hear say this, and it literally, I'm just like, this is awesome. You are doing what you love, and you are literally able to not only support yourself, your family. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
And have fun while you're doing it too. Yeah. It's awesome. I know. And that's like the majority of small businesses, like it's obviously a passion project the majority of the time, but also it's number one to your income, your income revenue stream. And so it's like, you have to like nurture all of it. And it's crazy at the end of the day, like the hard work, like we just named off all of those challenges, and it's like, that's not even touching it.
Exactly.
That's not even touching it. That's not even, we're just scratching the surface. But like at the end of the day, to see like your kid go through college and be like, I paid for all of that off of our little small business.
Off of passion I had.
It's insane.
Yep.
Like that's like, that in itself just makes it all worth it for me.
Yep.
Some businesses now that I want to name that are success stories that started off as small businesses, it's crazy. Warby Parker.
Yep.
Etsy was also a small business. Chobani, Squarespace, Airbnb.
Yep.
Patagonia, Ben & Jerry's, Zumba, and Tom's Shoes.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? And now those are like big
booming
names. Big names now.
Yeah.
So we love a good success story. If you have any, drop them in the comments or like share it with us. We love that.
For sure.
What else do we have?
Lastly, we have the future of Small Biz Saturday.
Okay, so obviously Small Biz Saturday, we've been amping it up, but let's be honest here. Like it's only relevant as much as it grows. So I know that we want to stay ahead of the game and like promote our little businesses at Swap the best that we can.
Sure.
And so it all goes down to like, we have to support the locals, and we have to like really truly, if you have a choice of shopping like somewhere big box and somewhere not, try the small guy.
I was just going to say, I know somebody, whoever's listening, watching, there is somebody in your inner circle or your life that has a small business, a little baking shop, whether it's making customized cookies, whether it's a balloon company, a party planner, hairstylist, esthetician, automobile parts, in your local neighborhood. Do us a favor and, next week, give them a call, give them a try and, support them. Yeah. Because these big guys, they're making enough money, okay?
Yeah, no, truly. I mean, I try to do that so much in my role.
Yeah.
Where I can, right? It's like, obviously there's these big marketing firms that I could work with, but like, I would much rather work with someone that's more passionate and, really into their work, i.e. Rachel, but like, not even you, but like just anyone, whether it's like a photography project, a video project, I don't know, you name it. Like,
I will say,
t-shirt places or whatever.
So
like,
good
I love
about
working with
supporting small people.
You have to.
I think that might be one of like your best professional like qualities. Honestly, you do it so much, and it's, to me, it's like amazing.
Is there anything else that we have?
Just get involved.
Truly. I mean, small businesses support more than anything. Like, you can think of like how many businesses probably in your local in South Lyon, in Indiana, where I grew up. I know that like you will see like the baseball teams, and they're sponsored by
South Lyon Hotel.
Yes.
All the time.
Everyone is working together as like a unit, and I love that more than anything. I feel like that is so cool.
I agree.
So like when you give, they're able to give. And like they're directly impacting their like, I don't know. It's such a beautiful thing to have a small business. So whether you're listening to this and you have your challenges, because I know a lot of people that are listening to this are vendors or have a business of their own, dude, hang in there. You are like more powerful than you know. Yeah. So anyone you want to give a shout to?
I was going to say, okay, so a couple favorites I have.
Some of your favorite businesses.
My gym, Reach, Fieldhouse.
Nice.
Love them.
Cool.
Small biz. Not a Lifetime girly.
Boom. I'm just kidding.
Vintage, like anything vintage, cool sneakers, that type of thing. I would say Round 2 in Wicker Park. Love. Like I said earlier, Lost Girls Vintage, best like accessories, bags. Smart. They also have vintage clothing. I mean, when I was there last week, there was like a Dooney and Burke bag from like 2002. And I was like, yes, can we bring this back? Like I have one actually. My mom gave it to me that she found. So I'm like, I need to like wear this with something. After I saw it in that store, I was like, okay, this is trendy. Yeah. Who else? My hairstylist, Andrea, and at One Salon. I mean, there's so many. Yeah, literally. What about you?
My God, my mighty little glam squad, like the threading house that does my brows for years. Melissa Evans, who does my hair. God bless her. Oh my gosh, Belviso Salon. My girl Olga has a small business.
I was gonna say Olga.
Dude, I know. I wish you were closer, girl, so we can walk over to you.
Seriously.
But, God, who else? There's so many like businesses off of influencers that I've like followed. Like, you know, there's one called Life in Lilac. That's like a candle company that I love. Loopy Cases I love. All the local restaurants in Chicago, dude.
I could name so many right now.
I would be nothing without you.
Yuzu Sushi. So good.
Oh my gosh. Just like any of them. They're so
there's
cozy.
So many.
All the local taverns that like hang in there.
Great like divey bars that have the best like happy hours.
I would be nothing without you.
Yeah, seriously.
Kiz Chicago, another one I'll shout out. She's a freaking grinder. You are so inspirational. Like all these freaking women. Like I'm just like, my girl Melissa that does my hair, she's a fitness instructor. And like, I'm just like, I don't know how she balances it all. Both. Like I really, truly don't. Like some of these people are super women. And then additionally, not Melissa, but like, additionally, some of these people have husbands and wife, like, and kids, and like are running around, and I'm like, I can't.
You're taking your kid to football practice. You're running your own salon.
I could barely do my job.
Same sometimes.
So, anyways, and of course, like all the swap vendors. Like
I was gonna say,
obviously, SwapORama would be nothing without you, but I also wouldn't be nothing. I'm so inspired and motivated by them every single day. The grind, the hustle, all the work that they put in. Like it's just insane. It truly like warms your heart, like just to see them out there in the rain, in the snow, in the wind, in the sun, like
in the cold, in the freezing
just to
rain.
like to meet their dreams, to like hit their goals, to feed their families, like however basic their needs are. Like it is so freaking inspiring. And so like that's it. But yeah, no. So everyone, we encourage you to support small businesses where you can, swap businesses when you can. Small Business Saturday is November 25th this year. So we hope to see you at the Flea.
Shop small.
Shop small, baby.
Is that all we got today?
That's all we got.
As always, thanks for listening to another episode of You,
Me,
and the Flea. Bye, guys.
Bye.